Hi guys, welcome to this session. In today's session, we're going to look at how to optimize search campaigns inside the Google Ads account. Search optimization is going to be a case, guys, wherein we need to go ahead and make changes in the campaigns to improve its performance. So in search optimizations, there are various things which we can look at, which will help to improve the account's performance. So in this campaigns, what you can do is you can start working on keywords and we can try to improve the keywords which we have in the account. We can also make use of negative keywords to add them so that it helps to improve the account's performance. Also, with respect to keywords, guys, we can work on the match types, which would really help to improve the performance. We will see that as well in the practical. And then we can also improve the ads, headlines, descriptions as well to make them more effective and relevant to the business. Another best practice in search optimizations is ad extensions, which we can add to the campaign, which would really improve the quality of the performance. And you can also add search audience targeting as well in these campaigns, which would help to target the right audience for our businesses. Bidding strategy can also be one of the steps, guys, which you can apply, wherein you can apply the correct bidding strategy, which will help to improve and grow your campaign's performance. And the other feature which you can make use of here is the Google Ads experiments. Google Ads experiments helps you to make changes in the campaigns, and then you can run them as an experiment to see what combinations really works. So what we are going to do right now is we'll go inside the account to see this, how we can apply these changes to a live campaign. So once we are logged inside our Google Ads account, guys, you can select the campaign in which we want to optimize it. Let's say we are working on the first campaign, which is volunteering. So the first thing which we are going to work on is keywords. With respect to keywords, what we can do here is we first look at the keywords performance by, let's say, conversions. So I'm going inside the ad group, and now we can see all the keywords over here. Now you can see on the conversions column, we can sort this by conversions to know which are the best performing keywords in this campaign. So now, as we can see, that these are the keywords which are the best performing, like volunteer opportunities, online volunteer opportunities, volunteering for teens, and so on and so forth. What we can do with them is we can go ahead and put these high performing keywords inside the keyword planner to get more similar such keywords for our campaigns. So let's have a look at this, how we can do this, guys. So once we are inside our keyword planner tool, we can add these keywords one by one. Like for example, we can look at volunteer opportunities, and we can put it in the campaign. We can also look at the other ones in this particular manner. We can choose the top performing keywords from the campaign and put them in the keyword planner tool to find similar kind of results from the tool. So the tool is going to give you much more other different types of keywords which people are searching for, like volunteering near me. Okay, so like this, you can now select the high performing other keywords which you think will work for your business, and you can select them and add them to your campaign. So here you can go ahead and now choose the campaign which we are working on, which is volunteers for charitable. And in this campaign, we can go for volunteer for charitable organization, and we can add the keywords from here. So in this manner, this can be one of the steps which we can follow to add better keywords to our campaign. Apart from this, now we can also look at the low performing keywords which are there. So you can sort your keywords by conversions in the other order and find out which are the low performing. For example, the low performing keyword here is volunteer places near me. So in this scenario, what we can do is we can either go ahead and pause such kind of a keyword, or we can remove them. Another option is, if you think that they have been bringing decent traffic, maybe you can reduce the bids for this particular type of keyword if you're on manual bidding. That's another thing which we can do out here. In addition to this, with respect to keywords, guys, you can also look at the search terms report. The search terms report will tell you which are the searches which people are doing because of which your ads are getting triggered. So here you can sort them by conversions. So you will find which are the top performing converting search terms. So as you can see over here, volunteer is the top performing search term because of which the ad is getting triggered, and it has got us 22 conversions. So this would be a really good keyword to add to the campaign. So you can select it and then you can add to the campaign. You can choose the match type as well. If you want to put it in a phrase match, you can do that, or else you can work with exact match as well. So that's another way of fetching good keywords for the campaign. In addition to this, we can also look at the match types of what match types are we using in the keywords. Like currently, if you see, all the keywords are in a broad match. Now, ideally speaking, if you are looking for more relevant audience, phrase match or exact match keywords would be a better option. So you can change the match types as well from here. So that will be another option which would really help us to target more relevant audience. And also, if you want to see beyond this, if you want to have some keyword suggestions, which you want, negative keyword suggestions, if you want, you can do that as well. You can adding negative keywords has always been a best practice, so you can go to the negative keywords section, and here you can add certain keywords which will be irrelevant for the business. Like for example, this campaign is for charitable work, which is, and they're looking for volunteers. So what we can look at is maybe paid jobs can be a negative keyword which we can think of, and similar kind of keywords which you can think of to add as negative keywords. You can put this paid jobs keyword as well in keyword planner, and you will get multiple variations of it which all can become like negative keywords for this campaign. So that way also you can add some negatives. The other option is you can also do a Google search wherein you can search with the root keyword which you have, and now you can see there are various Google suggest which is there, like charitable trust or trust act, income can be your negative keywords. In this manner, you can get some ideas for negative keywords also. Apart from this, what we are also looking at next is the ads part of it. So you can go to the ads section, and now you can go ahead and sort your ads by performance first. So here, as you can see, there are two ads running right now which are responsive search ads, and they're sorted by conversion. So now, as you can see, the second ad has got lesser number of conversions than the first one. So the first thing which we can do is we can modify the headlines and descriptions of the second ad and make it as similar to the first one to improve their performance. So you can edit the ad over here, and you can add more headlines, and you can also modify the descriptions and make the language as similar as possible to the first ad, which is the top performing ad in the campaign. So here you can also provide the second part for the display path part, which gives more information regarding your ad. It will just improve your ad strength, and because of which there are higher chances of people clicking on your ads. That we can do. Another feature with ads which we can easily make use of is the ad variation piece. So with ad variation, what you can do is you can modify a certain part of the ad, and you can replace it with different keywords and then run those ads as well parallelly to see how different combinations work. So here specifically, if you go to the volunteering part campaign, okay, you can select the particular. So you want to work on the responsive search ads. So what we are going to do is you can choose a particular text which you want to replace right now with something else and use that as a variation possibly in the campaign. So this is another feature which will just help you to bring variation to your ads, and that will help to see the performance of the campaign as well as soon as possible, and you can make improvements to your ads as well. The other thing which we can do here is adding some ad extensions. So we can see what kind of extensions the campaign has and how they are utilizing it. So currently, if you see, this particular campaign has multiple ad extensions, which is site link, call out, structured snippet, and dynamic image call extensions. So we will check the landing page of the website, and based on which we will decide what kind of extensions would be really useful. So on this website, as you can see, this is a blog for us page on which they have provided a specific form to be filled by the volunteers who want to work for this charitable organization. So in such a scenario, a lead form extension would be really useful. So what can be done is we can create a lead form extension from here, wherein we can create a form itself over here by providing all the information. So you can give the headline, business name, description. You can select the questions or details which you want from the volunteer. In this manner, you can select and create the form. And then you can also provide a submission page, that what will be the submission response which you want to showcase to your people who are filling up that form. You can also provide your website URL over here, okay, if you want them to reach there after filling up your form. So this form will appear under the ad in this particular manner, wherein they will be able to see the form, users will be able to see the form, and when they click on it, the form will open right away in front of them, and they can fill it up and provide their information. So this lead form extension would be really useful in such a lead generating businesses. And apart from this, what other things which you can do to optimize is you can also use audience targeting in this campaign, wherein we can target specific audiences which will be relevant for this business. So if you look at this particular business, in this business specifically, they are looking for, this is primarily going to be a scientific research organization. Okay, so related to science research work, they want volunteers. So we can look for audiences who are interested in science specifically. So you can add some audiences from here, and you can use them. So all the people who are interested in this particular stream coming to the search network can be targeted with this specific feature. So I can choose, let's say, science, and now you get to see a lot of different types of audience targeting, which we can select from these options. So in this manner also, we will be able to reach out to a lot of relevant audience related to our business. So this can be another piece of optimization which is possible on this campaign. So these are all the different types of optimizations, guys, which we will be able to do on a search campaign, which would really enhance its performance and eventually it will help to get more sales or leads for the business. I hope this makes sense and you are able to understand how search optimizations happen inside a Google Ads account. Thank you so much, guys, for listening into this session today. Have a great day, guys. Hi guys, welcome to this session. In today's session, we're going to discuss how to do display optimizations inside Google Ads account. So in display, guys, there are a lot of things which we can do right now with respect to making changes to our audience targeting and content targeting. We can look at the high performing audiences which we have and the content categories, and we can make changes to them and try to improve them by adding more performing audiences and removing the ones which are not that much performing. Apart from that, you can also look at the display keywords. You can see what kind of keywords are actually working, and you can also modify them eventually as per their performance. There is also an option which we have, which is for custom audiences, which we can make use of, wherein we can build a custom audience for our businesses based on the kind of searches which people do or the kind of interests they have. Google also gives us the option for placement targeting, wherein you can look at how placement targeting is working in the campaign, and you can find out which are the best performing placements and the low performing placements as well from there. And you can exclude the ones which are not that much performing. Another optimization strategy is around remarketing. If you think that the business which you are doing is relevant for your, will be suitable for remarketing purposes, we can add a remarketing list as well to the display campaign and then target our ads on those users. Another thing which we can do here is to work on the ads which we have in the display campaign, the RDAs. We can sort the RDA, the responsive display ads, by performance and find out which are the top performing ads. And now we modify the low performing ads as similar to the top performing ones. We can also do ad variations over here, wherein we can do an A/B testing between ads by making some changes to their headlines, descriptions, images, and then running it parallelly to check how they're performing. The other piece which is out here is we can also look at the kind of images which have been used in the RDAs, and we try to make sure that the quality of the images used is really of high quality so that it has a greater impact on the account's performance. So what we'll do now, guys, is we'll go inside the account to see these steps, how we can do it inside a campaign practically. So once we are inside the Google Ads account, you can select the display campaign on which you want to do optimization. So let's say we are doing on the first campaign, which is sports campaign March 27. So once you go inside the campaign, guys, you can start looking at the audience list. So we can go to the audiences, and now we will try to make changes over here. So starting off with, you have various options out here. So in audiences, primarily speaking, you can make changes to looking at what kind of a business it is. We can try to add some categories from detailed demographics. Detailed demographics will give us an option to target people based on parental status, marital status, education, and house ownership status. So here you can choose the kind of audience you would like to target. Let's say I'm into a business of selling baby products, then I would like to target parents of, let's say, infants and toddlers from here. In this manner, you can use this specific targeting. The another thing which you can modify over here is with the affinity piece, wherein you can choose the different categories related to affinity, which is relevant to the business, and you can select those categories in this manner. Another is in-market and live events. Another type of audience targeting. In in-market audiences, you will be able to target those people who are at the end of the buying cycle. So if any of these categories are relevant to your business, you can select them and you can target those users also. In the same manner, you also have your remarketing part, wherein you can add any remarketing list. So this is what we were discussing, that if you think that the kind of business you are doing will be suitable for remarketing purposes, you can create a remarketing list first from the audience manager, and then you can link it to this specific campaign in this particular way. Also, Google gives us an option in audience targeting wherein we can do custom audiences, which you will find out here, which is at the end, wherein we can create a new custom audience. So custom audience will be a case wherein I am defining the audience myself. So I can give it a name specifically as I want. And then I can choose people with specific interest or what they search on Google, based on which I can go ahead and advertise. Like this, I can add interests over here. And I can go ahead and build a custom audience as per my requirement. So this can be another type of an optimization which we can possibly do out here right now. Right? Okay. Apart from this, you also have options wherein you can go ahead and make changes to the ads as well in the display campaign. So we'll have a look at that also. So with respect to ads, the responsive display ads which we are running in display campaign, we can make modifications to it. First, what we can do is we can go ahead and find out which are our top performing ads inside the campaign by sorting them by conversions. So here you can sort them by conversions and identify which are your best performing responsive display ads. Once that has been identified, what you can do is you can modify the other low performing ads and make them as similar to the top performing ad which is running in the campaign. So you can go to the other ads possibly and you can edit the ad and you will be able to make changes to their headlines, descriptions as well and add more images to it also. So this way, what is going to happen is we are trying to improve the ad quality for all the ads which are running in the campaign. So here you can go ahead and make modifications, you can add some more headlines, descriptions as well and add some more images and make the ad as similar as possible to the top performing ad. So this can be one step around ads which we can take to make the performance better. Apart from this, you can also work on extensions. If you see that there are certain extensions which would be really useful, so Google gives us an option to create a call extension, location extension and affiliate location extension in display campaigns. So if any of these make sense and is relevant to the business, then you can create these extensions as well for the client. When you come to content targeting, in content targeting, you can have a look at what are the topics targeting has been done in the display campaign. And now you can sort them by performance again by looking at their conversions. And then you can pause the low performing content targeting and you can try to add similar top performing topic categories from the same manner. Like from here, you can go ahead and you can pause certain topic targetings which are not working in this specific manner. If you see that there are certain topics which are totally relevant, you can add similar more topics. You can go to the topics targeting section and you will be able to add certain additional topics from here as well. So like this, you can optimize your topic targeting as well in the campaign. Similarly, we look at placements. We see what kind of placements are working in the campaign, which are getting the highest amount of traffic and conversions. We sort the placements by conversions, and then we identify the best performing placements and the low performing placements, and we go ahead and exclude the ones which are not performing. For the rest of them, we try to add similar types of placement, if possible, into the campaign. In addition to this, in content targeting, you also have display keywords. So in display keywords, we can also sort them by performance to see which are the best performing keywords out here. And then we can go ahead and identify and remove the ones which are not so performing. And we will look at the top performing keywords which we have out here and we try to add similar ones into the campaign once again. Another very good thing which we can do with display optimizations is we identify which are the best performing keywords from our search campaign. Once we have that in place, we use those keywords into creating a custom audience for our display campaign. So that way, we are able to target the most relevant audience in the display network. So you can go to your search campaigns, find out the top performing campaign which has the best ads, best keywords in it, top performing keywords, and you can add them to your custom audience to build a specific most relevant audience for the business. So in this manner, you will be able to go ahead and target the relevant audience in display and show your ads to them. So these are, guys, going to be the different types of steps which we can possibly take in order to optimize a display campaign inside our Google Ads account. I hope this makes sense and you are able to understand what are the steps can be taken to do optimization on a display campaign. Thank you so much, guys, for listening into this session today. Have a great day, guys. Hi guys, welcome to this session. In today's session, we're going to see how to optimize video campaigns inside the Google Ads account. Video campaigns have been really useful, guys, in the last 5-10 years, wherein a lot of businesses have seen a lot of traffic and sales coming in from video ads. And that is why the investment into video ads have gone up drastically. It makes a lot of sense that when you're running video campaigns, we try to optimize it on a continuous basis to make sure that the performance of these campaigns are up to the highest levels. So the first thing which you can start working on video campaigns is going to be the video creatives, where you try to make it more engaging for the customers. You can make changes to the videos and try to provide as much information as possible in a more effective manner. Also, what Google proposes is that we can have multiple videos which we can provide with different messaging so that it can resonate well with our customers. Also, in the video campaigns, you can look at the bidding which we have done, and we can look at how we can modify our bids to make it more effective and more competitive in the auction. So you can let a certain bid run on a campaign for a certain period, and you can come back after 2 weeks to see how that bid has performed, and based on which you can modify those bids as well. Also, you can look at improving the ads which will based on their view rates. So you try to make changes to their headlines, descriptions, and you make modifications to it as well, so that the amount of view rates which you're getting on them can be made better. We can also work on the audience targeting piece in video campaigns, wherein you can look at their audiences and we'll make modifications to it. I'll do a practical of it so that you can get to see it as well. Once the ads have started running in, guys, for video campaigns, you can look at which are those particular exclusions which you can do here to control your costs and spend on video campaigns. You can remove certain exclusions, certain placements, certain targetings which are not relevant for the business. Another important tool which we can make use of in video campaigns is remarketing. You can create a video remarketing list which you can link to the campaign, and now you can follow your users on the search or display network for when they have engaged with your business or through your YouTube channel and they have not converted. Also, this campaign, in the campaign settings, you can make a lot of modifications around bit adjustments, which you can do for at a device level, location, ad schedule level. And also you can make some changes to languages as well, which would really help to improve the overall campaign's performance. So we'll go inside the Google Ads account right now, guys, to see how we can do all of these step by step. So the first thing which we are looking at is, so once you have your specific video campaign in place, you can get inside the video campaign. And now we can start working on different aspects of it. So the first thing which we are looking at is possibly the ads part of it. We will see which are the ads which are performing really well. We can look at them in terms of views, okay, and then we can go ahead and modify and make changes to the ad as well. We can make some changes to the ad wherein we can improve we can change the video possibly, or we can go ahead and make changes to the headlines, descriptions as well. So this way you would be able to make changes to the ads and make them better. The other aspect of it is going to be with extensions, wherein you can go ahead and add some relevant extensions for the campaign. Google gives you an option to create site link, location, and affiliate location extension as well in video campaigns. So you can go ahead and create those if they are relevant to the business as well. When you come to videos, you will be able to see the video which is being running over here, and Google will also provide you some analytics regarding the video, telling you what kind of users are coming. So here you will get some data around what kind of users are coming and the retention percentage, which will be shown to you out here. So based on this data specifically, what you can do is you can go ahead and look at targeting specific audiences. So you can make use of this data, and then you can go to your audience level or content targeting, and you can make changes to them as well. So this will be a good idea to understand how users are interacting with your video ads. In the landing pages as well, we can see what kind of clicks, impressions we have got. We can work with our web developer to modify and improve the landing page so that we are able to get more conversions out of it once people click on it. Now, when we come to audience targeting, we can make modifications based on the business. So looking at the type of business which we have, we can select the kind of audience targeting which we want to do out here. So Google gives us various options out here which we can select from. So you have detailed demographics, affinity, in-market audiences, even remarketing which is there, which you can do. If you want to do custom audiences, you can do that as well, wherein you can create an audience segment customized to your business, and Google will try to target your video ads on that specific custom audience. Apart from that, you also get an option for combined audiences, where you can create a combination of multiple audiences from here, okay, and which will try to narrow down the audience, and we're going to target a particular segment of people to whom we want to show these ads. Similarly, you also have demographic targeting which you can modify. If you see that there is a specific kind of demographic which really works for your business, you can try to target only them, and you can exclude the ones which are not performing that well. You also get an option for modifying and making changes to the content targeting. So in content targeting, you can work on the specifically topic targeting, wherein you can see which topics are doing really well, and based on which you can try to find more topics which would be relevant. Like for example, in this campaign, as you can see, the topic which is business and industrial is working far better. It has got more views than the other categories. So what we can do is we can go to topics and we will try to find similar kind of topics related to business and industrial as much as we can. So like this, you can go ahead and add more topics related to the category which is working for your company. Similarly, you can make modifications to your placement targeting, where your ads are being shown, specifically the websites. You can see which websites are doing really well. So you can keep them and you can try to add similar ones. The ones which are not working, you can exclude them, you can remove them so that your ads don't spend money unnecessarily. You can also work on the video keywords or display keywords, see what kind of keywords are working right now and try to add those. You can get some idea from your search campaigns as well that what kind of keywords are high performing keywords there and possibly use them out here also for targeting purposes. Apart from this, you can do bit level or you can do a device level bit adjustments wherein you can segment the data by devices and see what kind of impressions, views are coming from each devices. And if you see that there are certain devices which are doing really well, you can apply a bit adjustment on them as well. Like here, as you can see for mobile phones, is getting the highest views and impressions. What we can do is we can apply a bit adjustment over here in this specific manner, and we will try to run our ads more on a mobile device. Similarly, if you look at the other options like computers has not received any view whatsoever, so we can possibly try to apply a negative multiplier out here and try to reduce our bids for specifically for computer devices. So in this manner, you can do bid adjustments as well. Now this is possible not only at a device level, you can do it at a ad schedule level as well. If you feel that there are certain days of the week when your business is doing really well, you can select those days and time and you can run your ads only on them at a higher bid. So in this manner, you can schedule it and then you can apply a bid multiplier on them as well. So this will be some bid adjustment optimizations which we can do out here. The same concept applies to location targeting as well. If there are certain locations which are doing really well, you can go ahead and apply a positive bid adjustment to them because that means that from that location, a lot of customers are interested in your business and that's why they're searching. So it makes more sense to show your ads more to that location. So you can use bid adjustment in location targeting as well. In addition to this, we had spoken about video remarketing. So you can build a video remarketing list as well, guys, from Audience Manager from here. So you can go to Audience Manager and we can create a new remarketing list, which is for YouTube users. This is going to be a case wherein what we are trying to do is we are trying to follow those people who come to our YouTube channel, they check out our videos, but then they don't go to our website. So for those scenarios, you can create an audience and you can define the segment members, which is like what kind of viewers do you want to follow. You will have to also go ahead and link your YouTube channel out here so that the system can understand from where to link, which channel we are trying to follow the users. And you can also give your membership duration period for which you want to do this. And we can create this specific audience. So now that this audience list has been created, you can go back to your campaign. And in the same campaign, you can go ahead and apply this remarketing list. So what we are doing is we are going ahead and this remarketing list has been created. So now people coming to our website and they are checking out, people coming to our YouTube channel and checking out our videos, once they leave, we can follow them with our video ads. So here you can see this is the one which we had created and now you can link it to the campaign. So in this manner we can also apply video remarketing on the campaign to follow users who are not purchasing or doing business with us. So these are all the steps, guys, which we can apply on a video campaign optimization and you can make the performance better. I hope this makes sense and you now understand how to optimize video campaigns. Thank you so much, guys, for listening into this session today. Have a great day, guys. Hi guys, welcome to this session. In today's session, we're going to see how to optimize a shopping campaign inside our Google Ads account. Shopping campaigns are really useful guys when we are running an e-commerce business, and they have been traditionally very successful in generating revenue. It's a great importance that guys we are able to optimize it to its high potential so that we are able to generate a lot of sales or conversions for the business. So in order to optimize a shopping campaign guys, the first thing which we can look at is the product feed, and we try to improve the quality of the feeds as much as we can. So starting off with looking at the images, we try to make sure that the images provided in the feed are proper, and we are continuously doing some A/B testing on the images to try different types of images which might work really well for the business. Apart from that, you also look at the other attributes like your title, product ID, you look at the description of the product, the pricing of the product, which we can make better as well, so that the details which we have provided in the product feed are absolutely accurate. So you can go to the merchant center feed which you have, and in that you can make those changes continuously. You can modify the descriptions. You can also work with the web developer to improve the landing page of the product, and also if you can optimize the pricing, that would be really great. So it would be of great help if you are able to make sure that the product feeds is in the proper place and there are no disapprovals on the product feeds as well to take care of it. So that way what happens is the quality of the ad which we are showing from the shopping campaign turns out to be of very high quality. So this will be a very critical part of shopping campaign optimization, wherein we are making sure that the product feed is optimized to its high potential and all these changes are continuously made so that the effectiveness of the ad is proper. So that will be the first step guys which we can take. Apart from that, we can also look at optimizing the campaign structure. So in the campaign structure, what we are looking at is what type of ad groups have been created, and we try to bid differently for each ad group, each product group out here. So whenever we are trying to improve a shopping campaign guys, we keep on modifying the structure of the campaign, and we look at finding different types of categories which we can create through different ad groups and product groups, and we try to bid separately on them. For example, if it is a case that you see that there are certain product groups which are performing really well, maybe we can separately bid on them. We can divide the products into groups, okay, and then we need to organize them into different product groups wherein we bid separately, and we can get some sales out of it. So it will be a continuous process wherein you can go inside the shopping campaign, and in the shopping campaign, we can identify if it is required that we go ahead and have to create a new ad group for a new section of products which are performing. Maybe we can create a new ad group altogether, and we start the process of building it out and creating different product groups out of it. In the similar manner, if suppose there are certain product groups which are working really well, then maybe you can bid separately on them. That is also a possibility which we can do out here. So this way, what happens is we are able to optimize all the product groups as per their performance, and they are able to provide the right output. Another thing which we can do here is with respect to when we have to closely monitor each of the product groups' performance, and now we are able to identify the best performing product groups and the low performing ones. Once you know that, you can go to the product groups tab and you can adjust their bids as per their performance. So this way, what is going to happen is you will be able to make sure that each of the product groups are bid appropriately so that their performance is at the highest level. We can also have an option in shopping campaigns wherein you can go ahead and exclude certain unprofitable products. You can go ahead and reduce their bids, or you can mark the products as excluded as well. Shopping campaigns will also give an option for you to add negatives. So you can come to the keyword section, and here you can add some negatives which you feel are totally irrelevant for your business. You can add those as well. In shopping campaign, we also get an option to do audience targeting. So if you feel that some of the audience targeting would be really beneficial for the business, you can add those audience targeting as well. So by going to audiences, you will find certain audience types which will be given to you. For example, affinity audiences, which you can add over here. So there are various categories provided under affinity audiences, so which you can select from here and you can add them. Apart from this, you also have got the detailed demographics audiences in market and remarketing as well. If you feel that you would like to remarket these products to users coming to your site and not purchasing, you can link your remarketing list as well out here, and you can show them your ads. So in audience targeting, there are a lot of different types of options you will get to target, which will help you to target your ads to the most relevant audience regarding your business. Also, in addition to this, you can look at different types of device level bit adjustments. What you can do is you can see what kind of performance is coming from computers, mobile phones, and tablets, and then you can go ahead and modify them as per your requirement. So if say you're getting a lot of clicks from mobile devices versus computers and tablets, which basically means that a lot of your customers are comfortable searching for your business through a mobile device. If that is the scenario, you can apply a bit adjustment multiplier over here, and you can try to show your ads more often on a mobile device. So that way, it is going to increase the probability of you getting clicks and eventually conversions out of it. In the same manner, if you feel that tablets is a device from which you are not getting any traffic at all, we can certainly go ahead and apply a negative multiplier so that our ads don't show up too often on tablet devices. So that as well you can do from here. There can be different scenarios or businesses as well wherein they have seasonal businesses and they understand that at a certain part of the day when they are working really well, then they can also make use of the ad scheduling feature wherein they can schedule their ads to run on a particular day of the week or time of the day. So in this manner, they can select a particular time as well of the week when they only want to run their ads. So this is really useful once you have ran the campaign for a while and you can segment your data by time and day and see the traffic as well. When you are getting the highest amount of traffic, then in those scenarios, using an ad schedule would be really useful also. You can also work on your landing pages wherein you can see all the landing pages which is being used in the campaign, and you can work with your ad developer, the web developer, and modify it and make it more aesthetically nice and relevant for the users. So this way, you can make a lot of changes to it as well. With respect to the image link as well, which you have over here, you can work with your programmer to produce a better image link, which would be really useful for the business. Okay, you can get much more high quality images applied on your landing page so that it can be used over there, and also on the ad so that we are able to, the ad becomes much more appealing and there are higher chances of people clicking on our ads. So in this manner, you can do a multiple things inside the specifically the shopping campaign to optimize it and then make it better for performance. I hope this makes sense and you are able to now understand how to optimize a shopping campaign. And also, apart from this, additionally, what you can also work on is the bidding strategy. You can look at the bidding strategy, what kind of bidding is happening on the campaign, and then you can decide whether you want to change that or you want to apply modify it as well. So for example, you can work on the bidding strategy. Let's say you're working on a bidding which is target ROS, and you would like to go ahead and use another bidding strategy which you can do from here. Otherwise, if you feel that the target ROS set in the campaign is way too high and it's becoming really difficult for the campaign to reach that kind of a target, you can modify your target ROS. By lowering down your target ROS, it will also help the system to achieve it much faster. And in the pursuit of doing so, you will be able to see that higher revenue is achieved. So these kind of changes also you can do to the campaign to help it perform to its utmost level. I hope this makes sense. And now you understand how we can optimize a shopping campaign. Thank you so much, guys, for listening into this session today. Have a great day, guys. Hi guys, welcome to this session. In today's session, we're going to see how to optimize keywords inside our Google Ads account. So this will be around keyword optimizations, wherein we can make some changes to the keywords to make the performance better. As we understand that keywords play a critical role in search campaigns, it makes sense that we have to continuously make sure that they're performing to their utmost level, and we have to optimize it, make changes to it, so that the quality of keywords in our search campaigns is at a higher level. So for those scenarios, you can make multiple changes and steps which you can take to do so. So the first thing which you can look at is improving the CTR. With negative keywords, we can add some negative keywords to the campaign, which would be really helpful to reduce the cost and improve the CTR, the traffic quality which comes to the website. Negative keywords can also help in removing any kind of, you can use universal negators, which is going to just help in trimming down the audience and targeting your ads to the most relevant audience out there. Also, in search campaigns, we can make use of the keyword planner tool, wherein we can add some new keywords. We can find new keywords by looking at different keyword research. We can look at the search volume, competition, what kind of bidding is happening on the keywords, and based on which we can select the most relevant ones and we can add them to our campaigns. In addition to this, we can also look at breaking down the keywords into different themes. Okay, the more granular theming which we do, we create tightly themed ad groups with specific keywords. It's going to improve the overall campaign's performance. If you are using any kind of manual bidding, then it totally makes sense that we go ahead and optimize the bids on each keyword as well. We can look at our keywords performance, and based on which we can make those changes as well, one by one. We can also make use of the search terms report. This report will tell us what kind of searches are happening, which is triggering our ads. Also, we will see how we can make changes to applying the match types on the keywords so that we are able to target the most relevant audience. And you can also work on the smart bidding strategy which you are using, which would be really useful to improve the overall campaign's performance. Another very good concept in keywords is SKADs, which is single keyword ad groups, which you can make use of. You can create single keyword ad groups with match type giving exact match or a phrase match. This would really help to optimize your campaigns to a certain level wherein you're able to save your money and you're not spending too much, but at the same time, your ad is triggered to the most relevant audience. So we'll see all of this, guys, one by one, how we can make these changes in a search campaign. So once we are inside our Google Ads account, guys, we can go to the search campaign in which we want to make these changes. So the first thing which we are looking at is, let's say, negative keywords. So we can add those negative keywords in the keyword section. And in the keyword section, we can come to the negatives section over here, and we can add our negatives one by one. Now, what Google suggests is that whenever we are adding negatives, it would be a great idea that we are adding them as an exact match negative. This would really help to target, and it will help to block those ads for the most relevant to irrelevant audiences which we have according to our business. The other thing which we can do out here is we can make use of the search terms report, wherein what we do first is we can go ahead and optimize, we go ahead and sort the search terms by conversions, and which will give us an idea that which are the high converting search terms which we have in the campaign. Once we identify those search terms which are converting for us, we can select them and possibly add them to a campaign as keywords as well, so that their chances to trigger ads will increase. So search terms turns out to be really good report which introduces us to some new keywords for the campaign. The other way of adding keywords can be through keyword planner tool. So we can make use of the keyword planner tool out here, wherein we can go ahead and open it and search for similar top performing keywords. But before we do so, what we also look at is which are the top performing keywords which we have in the campaign. We can sort the keywords by performance and then pick that specific keyword and put it in the keyword planner tool to add similar types of keywords from there. So you can go to the keyword planner tool and you can add certain keywords from here which are most relevant and top performing from your campaign. So the keyword planner tool will give you a lot of options wherein it will tell you what are the kind of searches which are really happening right now on Google based on your business and what kind of search volume, competition and bidding happening on those keywords. So now you can have a look at all these keywords and then decide which ones will be most relevant for you. So in this manner, you can select your keywords and then put them back in the same campaign which you are optimizing out here. So you can add it to the same ad group in this manner and you can add them. So this will be another step which we can take for adding keywords to our campaign as well. Okay. Apart from this, we keep on checking the keyword list to see if there are different themes which can come out of it. Theming in the sense that we are regrouping the keywords into separate ad groups. If you see there are multiple different types of keywords in the same ad group, a better step would be that we separate them out and create different ad groups for each of them. For example, if you have an ad group which has keywords related to men clothing and women clothing together, we might as well separate them and create two separate ad groups, one for men clothing, the other one can be for women clothing. So that way what happens is your targeting becomes more stronger and relevant and the performance of the ads would be better. In the same manner, we can also now look at, we can sort the keywords by performance and now we can look at their bidding. If you are doing manual bidding, you can go to each and every keyword and decide what bid you want to set and you want to change to as per your requirement. If there are high performing keywords, you can go ahead and increase their bids in this particular way. And similarly, if you have low performing keywords, you can reduce their bids as well. So this way, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to control the cost. We are trying to give high bid for high performing keywords so that they bring in more traffic and sales for us. At the same time, we are trying to control our cost by reducing our bids for the low performing keywords. So this way, you can modify your bids as well. Also, you can work on the match types, guys. So what Google suggests is that out of the three match types, the most relevant ones will be a phrase match or an exact match. So you can look at the match types being used in your campaigns, in your keywords, and then you can change them as well as per your requirement. This would be really useful in the sense that this will control your cost, and also it will try to target your ads to the most relevant audience. Also, what happens is if you have exact match keywords, they tend to have a higher ad rank in the auction. So because of which there are higher chances of you winning the auction and getting a click and a potential sale. So it would be a good idea that we look at the match types as well and try to change them as per the business requirement. If you're using smart bidding, then you can look at having a appropriate bidding strategy for your business. If you are into a business where you're selling a lot of products, then having maximized conversions with a target CPA bidding would be the best option. But if you are in a business where you're focusing on revenue, you want to generate a lot of revenue from Google Ads, then maximize conversion value with target ROAS would be the right choice. In addition to this, in search campaigns specifically, you can also create single keyword ad groups or scads, which would be a good idea. So what you can do is you can build a new keyword, new ad group altogether. So in single keyword ad groups, what we are doing is we just need to have one keyword, which can be on an exact match or a phrase match, which works really well for the business. So in this manner, you can name it. You can provide the keyword over here specifically. And create the keyword. So single keyword ad groups really are useful because for various reasons, because of the fact that they would be able to go ahead and target your ads to the most relevant audience, and being an exact match or a phrase match, they're also cost effective in showing your ads to the most relevant audience, okay, at a cheaper cost. So this way, you will be able to go ahead and make changes to the keywords and improve the keywords performance in your search campaigns, guys. I hope this makes sense. You're able to understand how to do keyword optimizations inside your Google Ads account. Thank you so much, guys, for listening into this session today. Have a great day, guys. Hi guys, welcome to this session. In today's session, we're going to see how to do conversion optimizations inside a Google Ads account. So conversion optimizations are basically changes which we do in the campaign in order to improve the conversions for the campaign. So here we're going to see a lot of steps which we can take in order to improve our conversion rates, conversions which we're getting for the business, which would be a requirement for every company out there. So the first thing which you can look at is remarketing. We can use a remarketing list over here, which we can link to our campaigns to generate more conversions, because usually remarketing turns out to be a very effective strategy. Also, you can look at A/B testing of landing pages. You can look at different types of landing pages which has converted well, and you can test it with other landing pages as well. You can make some modifications to the landing pages and run them parallelly to compare their performance. We can also work on the ads copy. We can modify the ads copy, and we try to make it as relevant to the landing page. The more relevant they are, the higher is the chance that the landing page experience would be better, and because of which we can get better conversion rates. Also, we can optimize our keyword list. We can try to look at what kind of keywords are converting, and we try to add those converting keywords in our keyword planner tool to get similar keyword ideas, and we can add them to the campaign. At the same time, we can also go ahead and remove the low performing keywords. We can get some new ideas from our search terms report also. In such campaigns, guys, we can also, depending on the kind of customers which we are trying to target, we can create a custom audience and we can target our users from there as well. You can also go ahead and make use of negative keywords. Negative keywords would really help to control our costs, and at the same time, we will be able to have a better CTR of the campaign. In addition to this, you can also go ahead and organize the keywords much more in a specific manner. We're trying to make more tightly themed ad groups. You can do regrouping of your keywords, and you can separate regrouping of your keywords so that you can separate them into different ad groups, and which will eventually improve the overall campaign's performance. In order to go ahead and make the CTR better, we can also work on the headlines, titles, descriptions of our ads and make them much more appealing. You can go ahead and use intercapitalization as well, and you can choose proper audiences and content targeting to show your ads to the relevant audience. The other way of looking at it is also wherein we look at the kind of product which we are trying to sell out here, based on which we try to find out what kind of keywords would be most relevant, and with those keywords we build our ads, we choose our landing pages, and we do different types of targeting. So these are some steps, guys, which we can absolutely use to improve the conversion rate of our campaign. So let's have a look at it in the account as well, how we can do this practically. So the first thing which we can do is we can go inside the campaign in which we want to do this optimization. So the first thing which we are looking at is possibly we can apply a remarketing list to the search campaign. So if you have built a remarketing list already, you can just go ahead and link it through your audiences on the left panel. So here you can edit the audience segment, and you will get the option to select your remarketing list out here, and you can connect it to this campaign. So here you can see all the remarketing list which has been created. So you can go ahead and select the one which you created and you can link it to this campaign. So that can be one way of generating more conversions. The other aspect of it is you can go ahead and make the changes to the ads primarily, wherein you will make modifications to your ads. You can change the headings, headlines, everything of the ad so that they become better. The idea over here is primarily a case wherein what we're trying to do is we're trying to make the ad more relevant to the landing page. Whatever is being said in the landing page, the kind of discounts, offers, pricing going on the landing page, we're going to use the same on the ads as well out here in this manner. You can make changes, and this will overall make the ad more relevant, and because of which your quality score will improve, and that will get us a better ad rank, and that will give us higher chances of winning an auction and getting more conversions. Also, you can now work on the keywords aspect of it as well, wherein you look at the high performing keywords. You can sort your keywords by conversions first, and then identify which are your best performing keywords, and then add those keywords to a keyword planner to get similar keywords from there. Similarly, the low performing keywords, you can go ahead and pause them as well in this particular manner, or you can reduce the bits of them as well to a lowest amount required. So this way, what we are doing is, on one hand, we are adding better keywords to the campaign. On the other hand, we are reducing the bids and pausing low performing keywords to cut down on the spend which is happening on the campaign. Another aspect of it is search terms. You can make use of search terms which will introduce us to some new keywords which are triggering our ads. So here you can go through the list and see what kind of searches are really triggering our ads, and you can select the ones which are doing really well, and you can add them as a keyword. And also, if you think there is something which is completely irrelevant, you can add them as a negative also. So that can also be an approach which you can have. In addition, what you can also do is you can also create a custom audience, as we spoke earlier. So looking at the type of audiences which you are trying to target over here, we can build a custom audience as well, which will help to target the specific audience which you're trying to look at and you're trying to run your ads with. So you can select your custom audience. So Google gives you the option wherein you can define your custom audience in two ways specifically, okay, wherein you can go ahead and identify them by looking at their specific keywords which they are searching or the interest category they have got. Also, in this, we can absolutely go ahead and add some negatives. Okay, we can add some negative keywords in the campaign which would help to not show our ads to irrelevant searches. Now, as a best practice, what Google suggests is that we should be adding negative keywords in the exact match, which would really help to block any kind of irrelevant searches so that our ads don't appear when these searches are happening on Google. So you can add a lot of exact match negatives to the campaign. Also, you can do A/B testing of your ads, which is basically a case wherein you can do an ad variation, wherein you can compare two different ads. Okay, you can make some modifications to the headlines, you can replace them, okay, and replace them with something else, some other text which you want to use over there. So you can replace it over here. And then try to create an ad variation out of it, okay, and then run that as well in this particular manner. Okay, so this what it's going to do is it is going to run two different ads. We are going to do an A/B testing wherein different ads they are running parallelly, and we try to compare their performance. And if the new change works out really well, you can use that combination going forward. So A/B testing of ads really helps to experiment with different types of headlines and descriptions and see what resonates better with the audience. Another effective way is going to be that we're going to regroup the ad groups which we have. Okay, we're going to see if we can do more tightly themed ad groups. If there are different multiple themes coming up in a single ad group, we can split them off into separate ad groups as well. Let's say if you have an ad group which has men clothing and women clothing together, we can break them into two separate ad groups dedicated to men and women clothing. So that way your targeting becomes much more stronger and there are higher chances of getting a better performance. In addition, we can also look at doing your ad placements which you're doing. You can go ahead and look at the content targeting piece and see what kind of content targeting have you done in the campaign. You look at your topic targeting, you see which are the converting topics which you have got, and you try to add more topics from there, and you can pause the ones which are not performing that well. So here, as you can see, these ones, you can go ahead and add similar kind of topics from here, which you can do, and the ones which are not doing that well, maybe you can go ahead and pause them. Same thing which we can do with placements as well, wherein we see which placements are actually working, and based on which we go ahead and modify them. Okay, we can just we can exclude those placements which are just increasing our spend and not getting us those conversions. So we can just control our cost by excluding such placements and add only those more placements which are high performing right now, and we try to add similar kind of placements from our Google Display Network. Another approach which we have here is we look at the website. We look at the website, what kind of a product are we trying to advertise out here, and we put the website product in Keyword Planner to see what kind of keywords is being searched, searches which are happening related to it. Now, based on which we start building out our campaign. So we select certain keywords based on historical performance. We see their forecasting, what kind of clicks, impressions they can bring in, and we build a brand new campaign in which we put them into different ad groups, and we build relevant ads and have relevant landing pages for them. That can be another way with which as well you can go ahead and optimize the campaign for conversions. So these are all going to be the ways, guys, by which you will be able to optimize a campaign for conversions to improve its conversions and conversion rate. The other thing which you can also do is you can look at the bidding strategy of it. If you want to control the cost of the conversion, okay, then you can possibly use a target CPA bidding method in the campaign. Target CPA will basically help to limit the cost at which we are getting our conversions. So with this bidding strategy, Google will try to get you conversions at a certain cost. So that way what happens is it becomes all the more easier for you to get conversions at a reasonable rate. If suppose it is going to be a case wherein the business is more oriented towards revenue, then in that case you can have a bidding strategy which is we can look at maximize conversion value or with target ROS. So with maximized conversion value, the focus will be on generating as much revenue as possible. However, when you set a target ROS, the target ROS is going to, you can set a specific target on it, and with that target being specified, the campaign will try to reach that target for you. So those can be the different scenarios which we can use out here with respect to optimizing a campaign for conversions. I hope this makes sense, and now you understand how to optimize a campaign for conversion specifically. Thank you so much, guys, for listening into this session today. Have a great day, guys.
Hey Himanshu.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm at home right now.
I'm just leaving.
Oh, हाँ सो एक पूछना चाहता था तो कोई आया है मेरा रूम देखने के लिए बट दे सेड के
रूम देखने के लिए
हाँ
अच्छा
बट दे सेड के आई थिंक ओनर वेन के टोल्ड देम के मास्टर रूम भी अवेलेबल है तो तेरे को कितना टाइम लगेगा
मैं बस 10 मिनट में आ रहा हूँ
ओके ठीक है फिर मैं उनको बैठने के लिए बोलता हूँ
हाँ मैं 10 मिनट में आता हूँ
बस ही इज कमिंग ओके श्योर दिस साइड इज किचन
events only staying there. No, not overnight. Only trains.
He comes sometime.
He is having two months.
He has some here. Sometimes he stays here also, but
Maybe he is keeping one room for him.
no,
There is no.
how much? It's extra right there.
Here.
How much? 1400.
Inclusive of fees.
Where are you staying right now?
Right now I'm staying in City Life.
How far is it?
Office. Actually, I took entire unit. He also wants. The master will be there.
So very special.
Check otherwise.
Very nice. Separate bathroom, separate. Family is here. You're sending back to India.
Sorry?
You're sending your family back to India.
Yeah.
How long will it?
1 year, sir.
10 years. Big deal.
My daughter was studying. She completed Set 4. So,
Why are you sending her?
because
Cost of living?
yeah, cost of
Very much. How much you're paying?
full rent I'm paying 3,100.
3,000?
3,000.
It's
Still okay.
Okay, so I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Below that.
Yeah.
3,500 I haven't heard.
Yeah.
Even in it's condo.
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 2 BHK.
Oh, that's
Yeah, okay. Because house is also good. Main thing is education. Especially expenses. Breakfast he completed. For each subject, I pay $750 tuition fees. Each subject.
$750?
$750
Per month. Oh my God.
apart from school fee.
Why so high?
My daughter she took all maths related subjects like math, math, accounts, physics.
Which language is?
It is Sec 4.
Means?
Sec 4 means 10 standard.
Oh, okay. Okay.
IG 6. Now for A level, this is all O level. A level means PUC, same year, we do plus 1 plus 2. Fees itself is UWC. They give admission for partners. The fees itself is 40,000 per annum. For 2 years, $80,000.
What do you mean affordable here?
Actually, my family is on and off. They come here and go like that. I need to come here, so I'm very glad. Then
Because
after
12
that,
years means like that time people were
no. Actually, I came 2011 now. After that, they stopped giving PR. Especially for Indians, right? Very rare. Very rare. The PR they are giving only last 2 to 3 years. Last 2 years, 3 years, they are giving PR. I also apply now.
yes, very difficult.
Also, I was thinking